Welcome to our channel, where we share stories of people conforming to request. Today, we will be reading from the confrontation subreddit. The HOA enforcer threatened a woman at her own BBQ, then learned that she was in charge of the entire neighborhood. This is going to be a good one. So let's just jump into it. It all started with some complaints from my neighbors about the smoke from my smoker. To put it in context, my backyard is a 200-foot alley that connects to streets. At the end of the alley is an open field that nobody uses because there's like cow crap everywhere. And I'm about 30 feet from the backyards of 3 houses. So it's really not a big deal. Plus, I only use this thing maybe once every 2 months. Well, last weekend was the first time I used it in about 4 months. I woke up Saturday morning and fired up the smoker because my son's girlfriend was coming over with her daughter. And I wanted to impress them both by making smoked salmon for breakfast. I have a good-sized master-built smoker, so it gets pretty smoky when I fire it up. Well, sure enough, by lunchtime, I had a complaint. A woman from across the street had been complaining to our HOA. By the way, we live in an HOA. That's neither here nor there. But she had gotten the HOA president pissed off enough that he came to my house to tell me to knock it off. I stopped smoking meat immediately and apologized profusely. But he said they had already received multiple complaints and if it happens again, I will be fined. Keep in mind, I hadn't even finished cooking yet, and this guy was already threatening me with fines and whatnot. So I just told him that I would be more careful in the future, and he left. Now, my smoker uses pellets, and they burn out after about 45 minutes of cooking time. So I started adding more pellets minimally every 45 minutes or so. I even put the smoke level on low just to try to keep things under control. Well, about an hour later, I got another complaint. This time it was the same lady who came to my door. She's one of those women who wears one of those stretchy sailor hats. You know, the ones that are like skin tight on the top and then flowy on the sides. Yeah, the hat actually looked good on her. She knocked on my door while I was still cooking and asked me if I could turn off my smoker because she was trying to nap. I tried to explain that I was almost done, but she insisted that I stop now. I got pissed off and told her something to the effect of, "You came to my house to complain about smoke. I haven't even finished cooking yet and you want me to stop now? Then you can go ahead and call the whore all you want, but I'm not stopping until I'm done cooking." She went on about how I was being a bad neighbor and whatnot, and I just kept telling her that I'd be done soon. She finally stumped off after saying I would hear from the HOA. So I finished cooking and I did receive a message from the HOA president asking what happened. I sent him a text explaining everything and copied in the lady who complained. He responded and told me to give in and just stop. WTF. I decided to ask the board why I was being told to stop when I hadn't even finished cooking. I also pointed out that I had barely used the thing in the past few months, and when I do use it, it's only for a couple of hours on the weekend. Well, he told me that he couldn't fight it anymore because the lady was a board member. This was news to me because I didn't know that she was on the board, and I certainly didn't know that she had that much power. So I waited until the next day, and I organized my own neighborhood cookout in retaliation. I invited everyone in the neighborhood and I made 6 racks of ribs, 4 pork butts, 3 turkeys, 2 boxes of chicken wings, and 30 burger patties along with all the fixings. I posted signs on the main roads into my neighborhood and on the main road that leads to the entrance of the neighborhood. I think I made around 75 signs total. Each sign said something like, "Welcome to my neighborhood. Come on down and meet your friendly neighbors. We'll be having music, food, games, and fun. There will be plenty of food and drink for everyone." I even bought a kegerator and filled it up with beer for anyone who wanted it. I posted the same invite on Facebook and Nextdoor. I think I spent around $600 on food and drinks, but it was well worth it. I took time to speak with every single person in the neighborhood. I even spoke with the HOA president and the board member. I explained that I've lived in this neighborhood for almost 10 years and I've never had any complaints until these last two times. Also, I'm a disabled veteran and I love to barbecue. It's the only thing that I can do outside without hurting myself. I explained that I wasn't doing anything wrong and I wouldn't be a problem. She apologized profusely and backed down. Now, other than the president, she's basically running the HOA. So that should take care of that problem. My plan was to grill out anyway today, so I just decided to invite the entire neighborhood. So many people showed up that I ran out of food. I wish I had taken a picture, but I was so busy working. I had a blast, though. Everyone was thanking me for putting on such a great cookout. I even had someone come up to me and say that they were tired of her bossing everyone around and telling them what to do. My neighbor, who lives right behind me, came up and thanked me profusely. She said that she has been wanting to do something like this for years. I think she was referring to getting rid of the HOA, but she didn't say. She even introduced me to the mayor. I have to admit that I'm pretty confident that this will take care of the problem. The weird thing was that the lady who complained didn't show up. I guess she was mad that I invited everyone in the neighborhood, including her. Later that night, after everyone had left and I was cleaning up, I noticed that my sprinkler heads were all screwed with. They were turned in different directions and set to spray different parts of my yard. I knew exactly who did it and I knew that she was probably waiting for me to confront her so she could play the victim. I waited until the next day to address it. So I called her and asked her if she was behind it. She acted like she had no idea what I was talking about. I told her that I knew she was behind it and I confronted her. She played dumb for a little bit longer, but then she eventually admitted that she did it because she was mad that I held the cookout. I told her that I've had it with her BS and that I am sick and tired of her bossing everyone around. I also told her that she better stay away from my property. She hung up on me. And I've had it with her BS. She called the HOA president and told him that I was threatening her, which gave him probable cause to get a restraining order against me. When I received the papers, I laughed out loud. This woman is trying to get a restraining order against me because I told her to stay off my property. She even stated that I threatened her when I said that I was sick and tired of her bossing everyone around. That's not a threat. It's literally true. She tried to boss me around, and I told her that I'm sick and tired of it. When I went to court, I brought witnesses. I even brought the president of the HOA. The judge threw the case out of court and told the president to tell her that I am done. Basically, I win. That was our HOA enforcer story. And if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also hit that subscribe button because I put out new videos every single day.